6ix9ine comes to LA, it's all
expect me to be good to people that wasn't good to me.
But instead of going after 6ix9ine directly, it looks like the real move was hitting someone close to him. And the way investigators claim they tied it all back, that's the part that's leaving everybody shocked. In just 3 short weeks, the hip-hop world was rocked by back-to-back tragedies. First came the brutal murder of 6ix9ine's close friend and rumored girlfriend, Ariela Langasta Maya Palano, gunned down in cold blood on the Cross County Parkway in Mount Vernon, New York. The news was chilling. But before fans could even catch their breath, another bomb dropped. Footage surfaced online showing Trippie Redd behind bars, sparking wild speculation that he'd been arrested in connection to the killing. And with the long, twisted beef between him and 6ix9ine, it didn't take long before people started connecting the dots. And the internet exploded with theories. You both knew exactly what was going on in that room. This feud? It didn't start yesterday. It's been boiling since 2017. A mix of street politics, betrayal, and deep personal drama that's been ticking like a time bomb. And right at the center of it all, a girl named AX. This wasn't just some messy breakup. This was raw emotion, the kind that spilled out of the booth and into the streets. Back in 2016, Trippie Redd was rising fast.
I don't think you understand.
No, you don't understand. I don't care if you're Drake. So right now you should be arrested. I don't care who you have next to you. I don't care who you are. You have no license. The reason that I stopped you is because of your tinted windows. We both know what you were doing.
His mixtape, A Love Letter to You, was catching fire, and X was by his side the whole way. She wasn't just his girl. She was everywhere. His socials, his stories, even his music. Songs like Love Scars, that was her. She played that ride-or-die role to the fullest. But then, just as their relationship ended, 6ix9ine slid in. By mid-2017, he was dating the X2. And to Trippie, that wasn't just foul, it was straight disrespect. In the streets, that's a code you don't break. Trippie felt like 6ix9ine violated, and from that point on, it was war. He took it public, calling 6ix9ine a pedophile, a weirdo, throwing wild shots that had the internet in flames. And just when you thought it couldn't get more disrespectful, 6ix9ine took it up a notch. During a live club performance of Gummo, he flipped the lyrics mid-track, shouting out Trippie Redd, that not OBH, putting Trippie on blast in front of a packed crowd. That moment, that was no longer just rap beef. That was personal. That was war. That clip spread like wildfire across the internet. To fans, it was clear 6ix9ine wasn't just trolling. He was purposely humiliating Trippie in public, throwing gasoline on a fire that was already blazing. And in hip-hop, that kind of disrespect doesn't just fade away. It sticks, it festers, and it creates...
That's how they supposed to treat each other. Oh, Mickey Mouse. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Take a picture.
Go ahead.
Take a picture. I want to be famous now. I want to be famous. Fuck.
Yo, they just jumped 6ix9ine, bro. Yo, homie, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a fan, bro. Yo, I'm a fan. I'm just saying, bro. I'm a fan, bro. I know, I ain't jumping, bro.
Enemy for life. But the drama wasn't just personal. The business side made it even messier. Trippie claimed he was the one who opened doors for 6ix9ine, even saying he played a role in helping him land his deal with 10K projects. On top of that, he said he had a finder's fee locked in, allegedly pocketing 10% off every major 6ix9ine hit, from Gummo to Kiki. Whether that's true or just Trippie's version of the story, one thing's undeniable. He felt like he built a monster that turned around and bit him. And when you mix professional jealousy with betrayal, especially in hip-hop where real street ties come into play, things can go from petty to deadly in a heartbeat. Trippie made his stance clear. Y'all expect me to be good to people that wasn't good to me. But this wasn't just an online back and forth anymore. The beef spilled into the real world. In November 2017, 6ix9ine allegedly arranged a physical attack on Trippie at a hotel in New York. This wasn't some random scuffle. It was calculated retaliation. The 9 Trey gangsta bloods were involved, with 6ix9ine's known enforcer, Anthony Harv Ellison, allegedly punching Trippie square in the mouth. Later, Trippie went live on Instagram, showing off his busted lip, and calling out 6ix9ine by name for setting up the hit, dropping threats that made people stop and pay attention. And then the story took an even darker turn. During 6ix9ine's 2019 federal trial, he testified under oath that Trippie was affiliated with the 59 Brims, a direct rival of 9 Trey. Suddenly, this wasn't just a rap beef. It was gang politics playing out in full view of the world. Whether 6ix9ine's courtroom claims were true or just a desperate ploy to save himself, the damage was done. That testimony added a whole new layer of street heat to their already volatile feud. Because the 59 Brims, they're not internet gangsters. They're a real force with deep ties across multiple cities, known for large-scale fraud, drug distribution, and violent hits, including homicides. In January 2025, Marvin Mook Pippins, a known 59 Brim, was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of Real Right member Sean Purr in Brooklyn. Just a month later, in February, 14 members of the 59 Brims and their allies, the Bloodhound Brims, were indicted on conspiracy charges tied to 19 shootings and multiple homicides. This is real crime, with real consequences, not just bar-for-bar competition. On the surface, it looked like the tension between Trippie and 6ix9ine cooled off after 2019, when 6ix9ine flipped on his own crew to cut his sentence from life down to just 2 years. But in the streets, betrayal like that doesn't just go away. It lingers, it festers, and it waits for the right moment to strike. When Tekashi 6ix9ine flipped on his own crew in 2019, he didn't just shorten his prison sentence. He permanently changed the course of his life. Branded with the snitch label, he became a walking target in the hip-hop world, and prosecutors made it clear his life and the lives of those around him would never be the same. That prediction turned chillingly accurate with the death of Uriel Amia Polanco, better known as Uriel Alengasta, who was brutally gunned down in what police quickly labeled...
6ix9ine comes to L.A., it's over. And I'm in New York right now, bro. You feel me? So it's like, if y'all really think, bro, about that, bro, really go tell that, like, pull up right now. Like, right now. Like, because bro, you want to know what bro did? Bro had niggas waiting for me at my hotel. Some 9 Trey. As soon as I walk in the building, hit right in my mouth, nigga. Got hit in my mouth. Then my niggas beat his niggas' asses and then they ran. I chased the nigga myself, mostly. I ran the niggas down myself. Me, myself, and I.
Died on the hotel lobby.
Them niggas hoes for real though. All them y'all niggas.
They don't know. This my battle war. This my battle. You know me. Like,
But yeah,
down this,
6ix9ine done. 6ix9ine cannot come to LA.
6ix9ine stands for a sexual position because he sucks rainbow haired fat. Tekashi, I hope you bro. And
I just got back from a video shoot. You did?
6ix9ine got STD.
A targeted killing. Found lifeless in her Mercedes G-Wagon on the Cross County Parkway in Mount Vernon, New York. Ariella wasn't a victim of a robbery gone wrong or mistaken identity. Law enforcement made it clear this was a calculated execution. Ariella was more than just an influencer. At 33, she had carved out her own lane in New York nightlife, working as a bartender, dancer, and model, all while raising 2 children. She had over 500,000 Instagram followers and regularly worked at popular venues like Icon New York and Starlets, where she was deeply loved and respected. But what made her story even more tragic was her close connection to 6ix9ine. Though not officially confirmed as his girlfriend, she had appeared in his 2023 WAPA music video and was frequently seen by his side at public events. That kind of proximity to a controversial figure like 6ix9ine, especially someone so deeply entangled in gang politics, can be dangerous. In street culture, when revenge comes knocking, it often hits the people closest to target. Following her death, 6ix9ine's grief was surprisingly raw. He flooded his Instagram stories with tributes, calling her the Queen of New York, my sister, and praising her loyalty and support. He even posted photos and clips of their time together, soundtracked by her favorite song. This vulnerability was a side of him fans rarely saw. Meanwhile, The venues where Ariella worked shut down temporarily or posted tributes, describing her as a radiant soul who treated everyone with care and brought joy into every room she entered. Even artists like Cardi B paid their respects, honoring her Dominican roots and impact on the nightlife and music scene. But as more details emerged, the story grew even more complex. Reports surfaced that Ariella may have also been romantically linked to Nada Cartier, a suspected gang leader who was briefly detained for questioning. If true, this could point to a completely different motive, one that had nothing to do with 6ix9ine and everything to do with the dangerous worlds Cartier may have been connected to. As of early September 2025, no suspect had been named, no arrests made, and the case remains wide open. The timing of it all raised even more eyebrows. Just 6 days after Ariella's murder, 6ix9ine himself was arrested on unrelated charges, violating supervised release by traveling to Las Vegas, failing drug tests, and skipping mandatory screenings. The overlap had fans buzzing, spinning wild theories about whether these two events were somehow linked. While there's no evidence of a direct connection, one thing is clear. 6ix9ine's decision to cooperate with federal authorities back in 2019 didn't just endanger him. It placed a target on anyone close to him. This is the reality of the streets. In this world, betrayal has a long memory. It lingers, it festers, and when the blow finally comes, it often lands not on the one who betrayed, but on the one standing next to them. Ariella's tragic death is a painful reminder of that truth. Westchester County Police say the case into Ariella Langasa's killing is still active, but the silence surrounding it suggests one of two things. Either the investigation is extremely complex, or federal authorities are keeping things airtight to avoid tipping their hand. But zooming out, there's a bigger truth. 6ix9ine's past makes everyone around him a target. His loud, antagonistic persona, his endless string of beefs, and most importantly, his infamous decision to snitch in federal court, turn his life into a ticking time bomb. The massive 69 tattoo across his forehead makes blending it impossible, and his refusal to fully cut ties with the street life ensures that danger follows him wherever he goes. Anyone close to him, whether romantically or professionally, inherits that risk, sometimes without even realizing it. Now stack that against Trippie Redd. When you compare Trippie's so-called street resume to 6ix9ine's documented gang involvement, the contrast is wild. Trippie looks like a young rapper with a few messy run-ins with the law, while 6ix9ine appears like a federal case study in how gang politics, betrayal, and fame can implode lives. Trippie's record is light. Back in 2017, early in his career, he allegedly got into a scuffle in Atlanta, but it led nowhere. His first real charge came in May 2018 when he was arrested for aggravated assault and battery after a woman claimed he pistol-whipped her during an argument. But the case didn't stick. He posted a $5,000 bond and walked, facing no conviction. A month later, he caught another minor charge in New York for disorderly conduct outside a nightclub. Then came another misdemeanor for driving without a license. These are typical young rapper issues, not the behavior of someone running the streets. Meanwhile, in late 2017, Trippie wasn't the aggressor. He was a victim. That's when members of 6ix9ine's 9 Trey crew ran down on him at a New York hotel. Anthony Harv Ellison punched Trippie in the mouth on 6ix9ine's orders. Trippie went live on Instagram, busted lip and all, calling him out directly. That moment exposed the real power dynamics. Trippie wasn't trying to be a gang leader. He was a target. Contrast that with 6ix9ine, who, by 2018, was deep in federal investigations with agencies like the NYPD, Homeland Security IC, and the ATF involved. He wasn't just rapping about gang culture. He was living it. On July 16th, 2018, he conspired to have someone shot in broad daylight for disrespecting 9 Trey. The bullet didn't even hit the intended target. It struck an innocent bystander. This wasn't rap beef. It was real-world violence with federal consequences. The gang connections made things even messier. During his 2019 trial, 6ix9ine testified under oath that Trippie Redd was part of the 59 Brims, a known rival faction to 9 Trey. He told the court, Trippie Redd was part of 59 Brims. That's why we had issues. That admission suggested their feud wasn't just over music or women. It was about gang lines being crossed. But while 59 Brims are indeed a dangerous, documented organization with deep roots in cities like San Diego, New York, and Atlanta, there's no public evidence confirming Trippie's active involvement. In fact, Trippie responded to the allegations cryptically, posting a vague message on Instagram thanking those who supported his journey, without ever addressing the claims directly. A smart move. He avoided legal heat and refused to give 6ix9ine the satisfaction of a public response. Trippie's early ties to Canton, Ohio's 1400-800 blocks and possible blood affiliations seem more like neighborhood associations than full-blown gang membership. His older brother, known as Dirty Red, tragically died in a 2014 car crash. Rather than pushing Trippie into the streets, that loss inspired him to pursue music harder. It became fuel, not failure. That is sharp contrast to 6ix9ine, who, by his own courtroom testimony, admitted that he tied himself to 9 Trays solely for the aesthetic, confessing he paid gang members for protection while funneling money into their criminal operations. He wasn't just cosplaying gang life. He was funding it. His attorney tried to spin it, claiming the real cowards were those who criticized 6ix9ine for cooperating with law enforcement. But in the streets, snitching is the ultimate betrayal, no matter the reason. That's why prosecutors made it clear during sentencing. 6ix9ine and his family would need lifelong security. They were right. In March 2023, he was ambushed and beaten inside an LA fitness gym. Multiple men jumped him, leaving him hospitalized. Even though no formal ties to 9 Trey were confirmed, the streets and the internet lit up with speculation that payback was finally catching up. And that's the tragic part. Anyone orbiting 6ix9ine, from girlfriends or friends like Uriel Langasta, inherits the dangers of his past. Trippie may rap about violence, like in his 2018 track, I Kill People, but those lyrics seem more like standard hip-hop bravado than actual threats. With 6ix9ine, the bars match real-world confessions. He openly admitted under oath that on June 2nd, 2018, he paid someone to shoot at a rival 9 Trey member. That's not a metaphor. That's an actual order to carry out a hit. By 2025, their lives look drastically different. Trippie's latest legal trouble was a July 4th arrest at Miami International Airport for an outstanding 2023 warrant over a simple license issue. He posted a $150 bond and walked free. 6ix9ine's arrest, however, was much heavier. On August 23rd, 2025, he was taken in for violating supervised release, unauthorized travel, substance use, and missing required screenings. But beyond all of that is the tragedy of Uriel Langasta's murder. Whether it directly connects to 6ix9ine's past or not, it illustrates one harsh reality. Gang affiliations come with collateral damage. The violence doesn't stop with the rapper. It finds its way to the people closest to them. While Trippie's alleged gang ties have never been confirmed and his rap sheet mostly features minor incidents, 6ix9ine's legacy is tied to real federal cases, real violence, and now, a growing body count. The streets don't